All right, so good evening, everyone. Now, before I formally start the webinar, let me also talk with our attendees who are also coming in, no? If you clearly see my screen, our presentation, and also hear my voice, kindly type in sa ating chat box so that we can also test out with our attendees. If you can also send out your chats in our chat box, can you type in yes? All right. And thank you sila Archie. We have April. I believe there are familiar na mga names, no, who have attended past na mga beginner-friendly sessions as well. And so thank you so much, no. Now to start, welcome again to our best, that is basic education on stock trading part 2. I am Styra Dirampaton. You can call me Tara for short. I'm your host and at the same time your speaker as well. And I am the Investor Education Associate from First Metro Securities. And also thank you for all no for taking the time to join us that is ahead from the holiday tomorrow. Now, if you have attended the part one, I believe that was 2 days ago, you already have the foundation in stock trading. But today we are taking it a step further, focus on something many investors are really after, no, to how to actually earn from the stocks. We also know that investing can feel somewhat overwhelming, no, especially when you are faced with a lot of data or even some of the things that you need to read, no. So today we'll guide you on how to simplify decision making by using powerful tools like, for example, research reports that we have, as this will also be discussed by our other speaker coming from the research team, Shane Tan. So by the end of this session, our goal is simply to help you move from just learning to actually making informed investment decisions. So at the same time, this session is also part of the Invest and Learning Journey by First Metro Securities. Yung nakikita natin na some promotion materials. Ito yung aming commitment. Nagabayan kayo step by step from very basics of budgeting until, for example, like intermediate sessions like this one, until maging confident investors na kayo. So let's start this journey. Now, before anything else, a quick look at our disclaimer. This means yung information na share ko today and also from our speaker is for educational purposes only. Always exercise your own judgment pagdating sa investment decisions. And at the same time, for those who are, I believe, new sa ating sessions, na first time pa lang naka-attend sa ating mga webinars, First Metro Securities is the stock brokerage arm of the Metrobank Group with over 30 years of experience in retail and institutional investing. At the same time, our company is dedicated to financial literacy and creating awareness of investment opportunities that empower individuals just like you guys and also institutions to attain their financial goals. At the same time, we envision it as the largest and most trusted Philippine investment solutions partner. So for tonight, it's my honor and pleasure to serve you today as your host and also slightly your speaker. No? Now, for our next hour, ito yung ating roadmap. We will directly answer the most important questions a long-term investor asks, no? Paano nga ba tayo kumikita ng cash or dividend income mula sa stocks? And also, paano natin i-apply ang dividend capture strategy? We also have the valuation topics. Paano natin malalaman kung isang stock ay cheap or for example, undervalued? Gagamitin din natin yung some of the financial metrics na pwede natin matutunan through this webinar and also real-world application. No? Paano natin gagamitin yung First Metro Securities research reports para mahanap yung investment opportunities na ito. Now, let's proceed. No? Let's start with a relatable scenario. For example, no, if you got a buy one, take one burger, what would you do with the extra one? Okay, anong gagawin mo doon sa libre na burger? Okay, so hopefully I'm okay, no, with my voice. May konting technical error lang tayo. I'll just, siguro I'll take off some of my devices para less echo. I hope that is okay. Ayan. Now, again, for our icebreaker, if you got a buy one, take one burger, what would you do with the extra one? Is it eat both kasi sulit siya na option, save it for later, or share with a friend? Can you type it sa ating chat box? And sabi dito, kung gutom, might eat both. Pwede, kasi sa'yo naman din yun. Sabi din, I think majority save it for later. Meron ding all of the above, no? Daming options. Pwede din share with a friend or kain lahat, no? So, if ever, for example, the burger, no, para siyang, let's say, cash dividend ninyo, it's an extra income, pwede din reward mo sa pagbili ng isang stock. So, if you pick, no, option one, meaning eat both for a full meal kasi sulit siya, this is similar to spending the dividend immediately. So, it satisfies your immediate consumption needs. Walang masama dito, especially if you need the cash flow, for example, living expenses or for other purposes. For this does not effectively grow your wealth in the long run. No? Now, for option number two, yung sabi nila, save it for later. Nakita ko kanina, medyo madami yung pumipili, no? This means you are saving the cash dividend sa inyong bank account or brokerage account. You are prioritizing liquidity. Magandang option or choice ito kung tingin mo na medyo mahal pa yung stocks or investment right now and kung nag-iipon ka for bigger purchase or investment. Now, may sabi din dito is share, no? Or share with a friend. This is comparable to using the dividend to invest in a different asset or even pay off an utang. You're allocating the profit somewhere else where you believe the return is better. So, the choice reflects your personal financial strategy. Magkaiba tayo ng mga goals, magkaiba tayo ng preferences, even our risk profile. Walang wrong answer. But remember, the power of compounding is often the best strategy in finance, no? Now, let's take the same logic, no, ng burger sa stocks. So, if your stocks or funds gave you extra cash every 3 or 6 months without selling them, what would you do with it? So, this time, you handle your money na. Is it to save, reinvest, or to spend? No, can you put it sa ating chat box? Okay, sabi dito, reinvest. Most of you, I think, may mga konting hints pa rin of spend. Pwede din. Okay. So I think all of you sabi nila reinvest, no? Now, for those who pick option one, meaning spend it, this is what we call cash flow for income investors, no? Ginagamit mo yung dividends mo for your expenses, no? So pwede ito, for example, for retirees or sa mga gustong mag-generate ng passive income, your stocks are working for you, allowing you to enjoy your money, no? So, doon naman sa nag-pick ng option number two, sabi nila save it. I think walang nagsabi ng save it, no? Again, good for liquidity and also risk management. If uncertain ka sa market, you're not sure to enter, you keep your cash safe muna. And also for those, I think majority of you, sabi nila reinvest to buy more shares. Ito yung actually somewhat a good option, no? A good financial strategy, compounding. Para kang nag-iipon, for example, sa isang snowball, bawat dividend mo, pagbili mo ng additional na shares, mas malaking dividend sa susunod, no? So over time, exponential ang growth ng pera mo. This is the strategy of choice for long-term investors like you. Now, how about experts, no? So maybe you're familiar with this guy if you have watched siguro Shark Tank or siguro mga financial related na videos. Sabi na Mr. Wonderful, I can't even imagine buying a stock that doesn't pay a dividend. The stock that doesn't pay a dividend is a speculation daw, sabi niya, not an investment. No? So bakit nga ba? Maybe because dividends are tangible proof that a company is actually profitable and willing to share that profit with you as a shareholder. No? So kung walang dividend, probably yung returns natin is umaasa lang doon sa price appreciation. So, a true investment should also generate an income stream which dividends provide. No, it's one of the key lessons for every investors. Now, to define it formally, ang dividend natin yung distribution of corporate profits to qualified shareholders as determined by the board of directors. So, tinan natin naman in the context of accounting. No? So, for example, sa income statement, may net income tayo, and then yung net income na yan is dinadala sa balance sheet bilang retained earnings. So, kapag nagde-declare ang company ng dividend, kinukuha nila ito sa retained earnings and also binabayad sa mga shareholders. It's a somewhat sign of financially mature and also stable company that has excess cash flow beyond what it needs for reinvestment. Okay? Now, and so, konting reminder for everyone that we kindly ask you to share any questions or comments that you may have by typing in sa ating chat box if you have insights, and also for the Q&A button if you do have questions. Okay? Now, ang tanong natin is paano ba tayo kikita ng dividend income? The answer is you have to play by the rules set by the company, and also those rules revolve around specific dates. So later, malalala natin yung apat na important dates. Now, tinan muna natin yung flow, no? Ang company ay kumikita ng malaking profit or net income. Nagmi-meeting yung ating mga board of directors and nagde-decide sila ng payout ratio, ilan yung ibibigay as dividends, and also ilan yung itatabi nila as retained earnings for future projects. Now, once nag-decide sila magbayad, magtatakda sila ng mga important dates, no? Now, let's keep it simple para mas easy for you to remember, no? 4 dates matter when a company pays a cash dividend. Okay, so remember, declaration date, ex-dividend date. We also have record date and also payment date. No? So first, isa-isahin natin is the declaration date. So this is when the company officially announces the dividend, how much they paid, and also the other important dates we'll talk about. No? Second is ex-dividend date. This is the most important date for traders. No? So if you buy the stock on or after the ex-dividend date, you will not receive or hindi ka entitled for the upcoming dividend. Now, if you want to receive the dividend, you must buy the shares before the ex-dividend date. Okay? Now, third is record date. So on this date, the company looks at its register, no? Kung sino yung pasok, sino yung entitled for that dividend, no? Because the trades take time to settle, exchanges set the ex-dividend date earlier, so ownership lines up by the record date. Much easier for them to organize as well, no? Finally, is we have the payment date, no? This is when the company pays the dividend or the cash is credited to your broker account, or you can receive the check depending on the company and also your broker. Okay? Now, here is a pro trip, no? Hindi po natin kailangan i-memorize yung dates manually. You can simply actually check out First Metro Security Platform. I think majority of you have accounts, no? You can simply check it out and then you can see the dividend details, the declaration. You also have the ex-dividend record and also payment date. All are posted for you. That way, you're always updated and also can plan your trades accordingly. Okay? Ayan. So again, one of the most common questions, when should I own the stock to get the dividend? The simple answer is you need to buy the stock before the ex-dividend date. Okay, so if you buy it on or after the ex-dividend date, you won't be entitled to the upcoming dividend date. Okay, so if you already, for example, another scenario, if you already own the stock before the ex-dividend date, qualified ka. Okay? Even if ibebenta mo siya on the date of ex-dividend date no itself. So think of it, for example, the ex-dividend date is para siyang cut-off point. No? So anyone holding the stock before the cut-off is entitled. Anyone buying after is medyo too late na siya. Okay, so remember, buy before the ex-dividend date if you want to get the dividend. Okay? Now, another example, for example, declaration date is February 24. This is the time the company announces dividend. And we also have the ex-dividend date, March 17. No? So dapat you must own the stock before this date to get the dividends. And then the record date is March 20. Ito yung time na sine-check na ng company kung sino yung pasok or eligible shareholders to receive the dividends. And then lastly is the payment date. This is when the cash is credited to your account. Okay? So, simple lang yung rules, pero minsan maraming investors yun na nakakalimot sa ex-dividend date. Okay? Ayan. Now, another important question, no, how much will be our dividend yield? O, paano natin malalaman kung gaano ka-attractive ang isang dividend stock? Sometimes, most of the time, we do use the dividend yield. So for the dividend yield, we do have a formula that is equal to annual dividends per share over current stock price times 100. No? So ito yung percentage return na nakukuha mo in cash sa bawat piso na nai-invest mo. So kung for example, yung yield mo is 5%, which means you are earning 5 centavos for every peso you invested purely from the dividends. So compare that for example to a interest that you get from a traditional savings account, probably mas attractive siya. No? That's why dividends are so attractive as well for first-time investors. For example, let's see here for JFC, no, to compute for dividend yield, let's follow the formula. Yung kanyang 3.44, no, divided by 187.90 as the stock price times 100, this brings us to 1.83% as dividend yield as of end of December, as of December 1 pala, 2025, no. So another example is from Globe. To compute for dividend yield, same process as well, same formula. That is 100 divided by 1,617 times 100. This brings us to 6.18% as dividend yield. So if you can see, if you compare, no, yung isa 1.83%, yung isa 6.18%. So, for example, if one of your goals mo ay income, you might likely choose yung option na mas mataas yung yield. Okay? Now, let's try to practice, no, para you get to know how to compute. Let's try to practice with PLDT, that's Estel, no? What is the dividend yield for PLDT? Okay? Can you put it sa ating chat box? Ano kaya yung kanyang dividend yield? So again, if nahihirapan tayo, if you find it difficult, just go back and follow the formula. That's again, annual dividends over stock price times 100%. Okay? Is it A, 7.43%, B, 8.44%, or letter C, 6.38%? And so I think participants are still sending out their answers sa ating chat box. Okay, so the correct answer is 7.43%. No, I think first ones who got the correct answers, we have Archie, we also have Melvin, Angelo, Rio, and also I believe all of you got the correct answer. Right? Now, tanong natin, no, mas mataas ba yung 7.43% yield kaysa sa isang traditional savings account? Yes. Mas mataas ba ito kaysa, for example, inflation? Most likely, probably yes, no? That's one of the ways we judge if ang yield na yan is okay or also good, no? Where this also dividend yield data can be found in the First Metro Securities trading platform. No? So input lang natin yung ticker code ng isang company or that company in the search tab, under the research tab, and then look for data under the valuation. Okay, so nakikita nyo dyan yung trailing 12 months dividend and also the yield, no? So be sure if you have time, no? Be sure to check it out. Explore lang natin yung platform. Baka may mga parts kayo na hindi natin nakikita, especially for this one, for the dividend income investors. Okay? Ayan. Ayan. We also have to remember what we call the trade-off, no? So, for example, the companies that are very generous, no, malaki magbigay ng dividends, tend to grow less quickly, while those are medyo lesser or less magbigay ng dividends tend to grow more quickly. So, there are things that you might want to remember. The same time, you can understand this if you ever witness some situations. So, for example, may mga things tayo na na-invest na stocks and then napapansin natin medyo konti or very consistent sila magbigay ng dividends. Alright? Now, moving on, no, we also have some stocks kung saan medyo mataas talaga yung dividend. Minsan double the digit. Paano, for example, nakikita tayo ng stock na may 11.27% na yield. Alright? So, very attractive, especially kapag mga double digits, right? Kasi medyo mataas siya. For example, for this stock, ang dividend per share niya, trailing 12 months ay 3.25 pesos. Tapos ang stock price niya is 28.85 pesos, no? So, kaya siya may ganitong dividend yield na 11.27%. So, mataas siya, right? Why is the yield high? So, minsan kasi, one of the reasons ang mataas na yield ay dahil din sa declining na stock price. Okay? So, ito ay actually makikita natin sa mga charts, no? Kung saan ang presyo ay bumababa dahil sa underperformance of some business segments and also the effect of elevated inflation and excise tax, ito yung crucial na part. So kapag minsan bumababa yung presyo and very consistent yung dividends, tataas yung yields, no, which often presents an opportunity for value investors, no? So napag-usapan natin kanina that yung high dividend yield is minsan you need to remember some of things, no? For example, gusto kong magbigay ng isang very important warning to you guys. For example, beware of tinatawag natin na yield trap, no? So nangyayari siya kapag yung dividend yield ay, for example, artificially mataas, sometimes as high as 50% dahil sa biglang pagbaba ng isang stock price, hindi dahil sa pagtaas ng kita ng isang company, no? So para siyang, for example, trap, mukha siyang maganda kasi nga double digit, that's 50% yield, pero may malaking tanong sa likod niyan, do you think yung company will able to sustain that kind of yield, yung ganun kataas, or will they probably cut it? Is the company struggling or nagkakaproblema ba sila right now, causing the share price to fall? No? Kung ang kumpanya ay struggling and also malapit na siyang mag-cut ng dividend, kahit anong taas pa ng yield, no? Probably hindi mo siya matitake na advantage. Okay? So, you might lose more money sa declining na stock price kaysa sa kikitain mo na dividend. So again, you can check out other dividend yield data of different companies that can also be found in our platform. You can look at the dividend yield under the quotes. And then after that is click lang po natin yung stats, analytics, fundamentals, and also the dividend yield along with other metrics. All right? Now, again, for our attendees, kindly put your questions po sa ating Q&A button para isa lang po natin tingnan. Alright? Ayan. Now, for another good strategy, no, paano ba natin makakapture talaga yung isang dividends? No? Let's learn yung tinatawag natin na dividend capture strategy. Okay, so this is a short-term approach kung saan yung isang investor buys a stock just before it qualifies for dividend payment and then sells the stock shortly after receiving the dividend. No? So para kang, for example, nakakuha ng price or for example, handa sa isang party and then aalis ka na. Okay, so the goal is to capture the dividend while also minimizing the amount of time the capital is tied up in that stock, no? But is it a really simple na strategy? Okay, so syempre meron tayong mga rules that we have to abide, no? Hindi lang siya basta-basta, it's not a simple process, no? So to understand it, we need to know the key dates involved in the dividend process. Now, for example, let's look at this real life situation from Philippine market. Tignan natin yung Cebu Air Inc., which is a parent company of Cebu Pacific. Dito sa chart, may 4 important dates tayo na kailangan nating tandaan. These are, again, yung kanina, declaration date. We also have the ex-dividend date, the payment date, and also yung actual trade dates natin. No? Kailan tayo magbabayad, kailan ba tayo magsisell. No? So, una, tingnan natin yung dates and also yung prices niya. Okay? Now, let's start off with the declaration date. Sabi niya dito, May 20, 2019. Ito yung araw na i-announce ng company na magbibigay sila ng dividend and also magkano. Okay? So dito, sa example, 2 pesos yung regular dividend, 5 pesos yung special dividend. So total niya is around 7 pesos per share yung dividends. No? So yung yield niya nung closing price is around 84.70 pesos yung kanyang closing price. So yung yield niya is around 8.26%. So medyo mataas siya. So we also have the next date that we have to remember is the ex-dividend date. No? So sabi dito, ex-dividend date is June 10, 2019, meaning that this is the most critical date for a dividend capture strategy. Okay, so X date is the first day ng ex-dividend na ang isang stock. Meaning, kung bibili ka sa date na to or pagkatapos or after, hindi ka na qualified for the upcoming dividend. No? So again, if you want to receive the dividend, kailangan owner ka ng isang stock before the ex-dividend. So again, to get po the dividend, you must own the stock before the ex-dividend date. So meaning, which means you should buy it on June 7, 2019 or earlier. Okay, so we must also take note yung mga weekends and also days na close po yung market. So for this one, note natin yung June 7 was the last trading day before the June 10 ex-dividend date. Okay, so at the same time, you must look at the opening price as well sa ex-dividend date. Yung opening price niya is 89 pesos. So yung yield niya is around 0 pa because hindi pa kasama yung 7 pesos na dividend. Okay? Now, so we're done with declaration and ex-dividend date. Next natin is si payment date. No? So ito naman yung date na actual papasok po yung dividend na 7 pesos per share sa brokerage account mo. So this is July 10, 2019. So, paano natin gagawin yung dividend capture dito sa example? Okay, so we need to remember kailan yung mga dates and also kailan tayo magbabuy and also sell. Okay, so yung first move natin dito is to buy. May 21, 2019, the investor bought the stock for 86.10 on May 21. So, bakit May 21? Kasi well before pa talaga siya sa ex-dividend date na June 10. So, sigurado talaga na qualified ka for that dividend. Okay? Now, the capture is between the X date and also the payment date. No? So, yung dividend of 7 pesos per share is captured, which gives, for example, a dividend yield of 8.13% based on the buy price. No? Now, tapos na tayo nagbili, we also have captured the dividends. Kailan tayo magsisell? No? Magsisell tayo sa June 10, 2019. Dito, binibenta na ng investor ang stock. So, bakit June 10? Kasi X date na siya. No? So, the strategy is to capture the dividend and move out quickly. No? So, for this one, they sold at 89 pesos. So, ang result, we have capital gain and dividend. No? So, ano yung income ng investor? Dalawang klase. Number one, yung capital gain niya. They bought at 86.10 pesos. Then lumabas sila, nag-exit, sold at 89 pesos. So that's a gain of 2.90 pesos per share or around 3.36%. No? So for the dividend income as well, they earned 7 pesos per share. No? So the total goal for this capture is 2.90 plus 7 pesos the dividend, which is 9.90 pesos per share. So always remember, the dividend capture strategy is a technical trade that focuses on ex-dividend date. It aims for quick profit from the dividend. Pero tandaan, the stock price usually drops by amount roughly equal to the dividend on the X date. So hindi to siya sinasabi talaga na free money. Kailangan mo rin i-manage yung risk sa price fluctuations. Okay? Now, for the dividends, there are other types as well. Meron tayong cash, pinaka-common. At the same time, very simple kasi you get your money in your account. We also have property dividends and also stock dividends or extra shares. No? Now, another quote naman from another expert, no? This is from the King of Value Investing. Sabi niya, it's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. So ang pinaka-importante ay ang wonderful company, a business with a strong competitive advantage, maganda yung management, and also consistent yung profitability. Kahit fair price lang, it will keep growing. No? So, instead of, for example, fair company siya, na may sobrang wonderful price or meaning sobrang mura, Kasi baka fundamental meron silang ibang problems no na hindi natin nakikita, tas the same time masakla pa in the future hindi sila makarecover, no? So we focus on quality and also value. Okay, so medyo madaming konti yung na-cover natin the first half, no? We've covered dividend yield and also dividend capture strategy. Now, let's move on to the next big question, no? So I know as an investor kasi marami tayong mga questions. Hopefully, we'll try to answer them through this session. Okay, so how much is my stock worth, no? Tinitingnan natin lagi yung actually yung presyo ng isang stock sa screen. We always see it. Pero kung for example, i-compute ba natin yung talaga intrinsic value, no? So this is where the concept of undervalued stocks becomes critical. Okay, so market price versus the intrinsic value. Now, yung market price natin sa stock market ay para siyang to compare it popularity contest, no, is the price na willing bayaran ng tao ngayon. So it's often driven by emotions, news. We also have the supply and demand, no. Pero as investors, dapat we shouldn't rely on popularity. We need to look deeper. We need to find its intrinsic value or tinatawag natin na real worth, no. One of the simple tools that you can try to check it out and also to gauge the real worth is the book value per share or the BVPS, no? So dito, sa slide na to, we can actually see the formula and also an example. Ang tanong natin ulit kanina is how much is the stock's value? So, ang BVPS is basically a liquidation value ng isang company. So, ibig sabihin, kung ibebenta natin lahat ng assets ng isang company, at the same time, babayaran natin lahat ng utang and also the liabilities, magkano yung matitira para sa bawat na shares, no? So, a book value is simply total assets minus the total liabilities. Ito yung net worth ng companies. At the same time, i-divide natin sa outstanding shares. Ito yung total number of shares na currently owned ng isang public listed and also ng insiders. No? Tingnan natin, for example, for this one, we have LT Group. Dito na slide. This is a powerful comparison for fundamental analysis. Now, for example, yung kanyang market price as of December 2, 2025, 14.66. Ito yung price na pwede mong bilhin. Yung LTG for that time sa stock market. Ito yung popularity ng stock. We also have the BVPS. Sabi niya dito, result is 22.69 pesos. Ito yung liquidation value or real worth na yung bawat share based sa financial reports. No? Ito yung value ng stocks. Now, tingnan natin yung numbers. No? Yung market price is 14.66. Yung BVPS niya is 22.69. No? Mas mataas yung BVPS niya kaysa sa market price. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? It suggests that the stock is potentially undervalued. So, ito ay, for example, bibili ka ng isang bagay, yung true worth niya is 22.69, pero binebenta lang sa'yo ng 14.66. So, medyo mura siya. Now, for example, fundamental investors, no, stocks where the market price is significantly below the BVPS are often considered great starting points for further analysis as potential undervalued stocks, no. So next time, you look at the stock price, don't just ask how much is this selling for. So again, yung BVPS po, meaning book value per share. Okay? So again, ask how much is this worth, and also you can use tools like, for example, BVPS to find the answer. Okay? Now, na-establish na natin yung BVPS, no, yung value ng stock. Ang susunod na tanong naman natin is, for example, how do I know if the stock is cheap? No? Paano natin malalaman kung mura nga ba or mahal ang isang stock compared sa value niya? Gagamitin natin dito is yung price to book ratio or PB ratio. Now, for this one, ito ay parang nag-compute ka ng, for example, discount or premium na isang presyo compared sa net worth ng company. So for example, sa Tagalog pa lang, ito yung kung ilang beses, no, mas mahal or mas mura ang bawat piso ng market price kaysa sa bawat BVPS. No? So tingnan natin, for example, for this one is we have Meralco. Yung market price niya is 595.5 and also the BVPS is around 146.89, no? So the PB ratio dito is 4.05. So what does it mean kung meron siyang ganyang value? Ibig sabihin, for every 1 peso ng net assets ng Meralco, binabayaran ng market ang stock ng 4.05. Higher than the 1 ang ratio, this suggests that the stock is trading at a premium or mas mahal siya kaysa sa liquidation value niya. This happens for companies naman po that have high growth potential or very strong plans, no? Now, same with dividend yield. Let's try to practice. I also have an example for this one. So, tingnan natin dito is Alliance Global. Ano kaya yung kanyang price to book ratio if may market price siya na 6.9, may BVPS siya ng 35.88. So, ano nga ba yung kanyang price to book ratio? Is it A, 1.2925, letter B, 0.1923, letter C is 0.1730. So, again, if nahihirapan po tayo, we can go back to our formula. That's market price over BPPS. Okay, so I think all of you, not the majority, no? I think some of you sabi na letter A, majority of you sabi nila letter B. Okay, so kapag i-divide natin the PB ratio, the correct answer is letter B, no? So 0.1923. So congratulations to sino nga ba yung nangunguna kanina. Okay? We also have same, no, sila Archie, we also have Rio, April, Joe Marie, and also have Joe, and also congratulations to who answered letter B as well. Okay? Now, so 0.19 or 0.1923, no? So what does PB of 0.1923 mean? So ibig sabihin, for every 1 peso ng net assets ng AGI, binabayaran lang ng market ang stock ng 0.19. So lower than 1 ang ratio. So this suggests that the stock is highly undervalued by the market relative to its book value. So this is a classic sign of a cheap na stock. Okay? Now, so for example, foreign investors no who values fundamentals, tandaan nyo yung for example, simple rules. So for example, PB ratio na less than 1 often signals that the stock may be undervalued or cheap siya. This means the market is pricing the stock below its net worth. But if ever yung PB ratio niya is greater than 1, often signals that the stock may be overvalued or trading at a premium. So this means the market expects strong future earnings and growth, no? Pero take note, hindi lang ito yung tanging basesahan natin, no? So kailangan rin natin i-consider, for example, the industry, future earnings, and also the quality of the assets, no? Pero yung PB ratio natin, this is one of the powerful metrics and also quick tool para mag-start ng inyong analysis, no? And finally, where can you find this ratio? So dito, again, with our platform, you can see, aside from the dividend yield, we also have the PE, price to book, the mga metrics of different companies, no? So this tool allows investors to easily compute kung alin yung mga undervalued or overvalued based on the metric by checking the PB ratio column. Okay, so we are done actually with the computations, no? Right on the next part of our session, when you log in into our platform and also head to the research tab, you aren't just looking at the news, you're looking at an entire ecosystem of intelligence, no? Whether you are a long-term value investor, a tactical swing trader, there's specific report designed to act as your GPS for the Philippine Stock Exchange, okay? So when you spend your time no, reading this instead of just following social media tips. So I understand, ngayon kasi is maraming mga information nakikita natin sa Facebook, sa Instagram, for example, with different traders, no? Why use research reports of First Metro Securities? Especially if you are a in trader na talaga under we have the same account, no? Or naka-open ka na ng account with us. Our reports help you move from speculative guessing to inform decision making based on institutional grade data. So these are deep dives no conducted by our equity research analyst who also digest the company fundamentals, industry trends. We also have the technical setups daily. At the same time, we do have a lot of research reports. No, we make investing easier by organizing our research into simple tools. For example, from the big picture market insights to daily trading ideas. We also have the dividend guides, no, and also the company analysis. Now, to help us better understand how to interpret these reports and also uncover opportunities in the market, we are joined by one of our associates from the research team, no. He will walk us through how to analyze these reports and also identify the value of this and maximize the insights from our research tools. Now, let's all welcome Shane Matthew Tan, our Equity Research Associate from First Metro Securities. Go ahead, Shane.
Hi, hello everyone. Okay, so let me just share my screen. So, okay. Di pala kita. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tara, no. So here what we have here is a stock screen. I think Kirsten actually discussed parts of it no yesterday. Actually 2 days ago. But I'll dive into a different part of the stock screen. So, um slide. All right. Okay. So for our methodology, just a quick background for those who weren't here 2 days ago. Um, 2 days ago. So we maintain the stock screen universe, so which are selected from all securities that are included in the MSCI or the PSE, I index. So all of these, no dividend yield index, yeah. So the investability filters used to determine like inclusion in each of the screens are run on monthly basis, no, on the equity universe. So yung data namin is retrieved through our subscription with a reputable data source. So all our figures here for this report come from them, except for the target price, no? Because some of them have, you'll see later may mga asterisks, and that comes from us. So we have three: riding the flows and unloved was discussed 2 days ago. Today I will be discussing yield seeker, and this is updated monthly and usually nasa second day of the trading month. So parang let's say May 1 is a holiday. May 2, 3 is a weekend. So it will release, 4 is gonna be Monday. It's gonna be released on May 5, something like that. So second trading day of the month, usually. All right. So, slide out. Okay. So, yeah, so I'll just discuss this yield seeker, no. Riding the flows and love was discussed like 2 days ago. So, what we're looking for here are the top companies, not just in terms of dividend yield, but also dividend growth in CAGR, meaning firms that are able to grow their dividends over time. So not just to sustain them. So personally, this is my favorite kasi as a conservative investor, um, gustong-gusto ko yung dividends, 'di ba? Who does not want dividends, 'di ba? As like, Tara actually is one of our beneficiary of this yield seeker. She uses this a lot, no? And does well, performs well. So yeah, okay. So going into the yield seeker. So first we have step one. So we have steps here how to filter these stocks. So we screen our universe for stocks with dividend yield that is above the 2-year Philippine bond yield. So yung bond yield na yan is depending on the rates and whatever the government gives, no. Counters, step two counters that meet step one. So are then ranked based on their consensus forecast. This is like set na yan. That's consensus. So dividend growth of 2-year CAGR. The next step, we filter the stock from step two and rank them according to the highest ADVA in the past 3 months. So, of course, many people may ask, syempre, what's CAGR? So this is the average annual growth rate of something like, let's say, dividends, earnings, or stock price. So over a period of time, assuming it grows nasa steady rate siya, it's growing at a steady rate. So think of it as parang if this grows smoothly every year, so every year, what would the yearly growth rate be? Parang ganun. So example niya, if kunwari yung dividends ko is 10 to 20 in 5 years, yung CAGR tells you is consistent siya, di ba? Yeah. So why does it matter? Siyempre, it shows na kailangan quality and consistent yung growth. Hindi siya pwede like one time increase lang na increase. It's kailangan consistent. So, yeah, that's very important. Siyempre, investing in dividends, no? And people ask also, what is ADVA? So, this is the average dividend yield. So, usually, this yung average dividend yield of a stock over a certain period of time. So, my formula yan is like uh, dividend yield equals dividend divided by share price. So let's just dive into what it means, no? So on an average, how much yield does this stock give me over time? So this is important since this smooths out the volatility. So gives a better picture than just rather like looking on ano yung yield now. Kailangan like the whole picture siya. So simple way to interpret this no is the CAGR tells us how fast the dividends is growing over time, kano kabilis siya grow and how consistent. The advert tells us how stable it is of the view of how much the yield of a stock consistently provides. So yes, medyo confusing. That's why for us we will do it for you. What we do in this stock screen yield seeker is kami na nagpipick for you para you guys know which is the best based on the filtering of our system, which is the top 5 best yield seeking plays. So this is an example of our yield seeker that you'll see every month. No? So ito yung month for April. So each month, top 5 ang pinipili namin based on our yield seeker criteria. So based on the steps a while ago, pero I know it may be confusing, no? Pero at least we'll pick it and then meron siyang a few, the ones below are usually the ones na honorable mention, yung mga pwede pumasok, okay rin siya, but syempre, we chose, ito yung top 5 that we'll pick for you guys. So, in this case, for the month of April, we have URC, RCR, TEL, AREIT, and Globe. So we picked this, handpicked this based on our ways on the steps earlier on the system. And then sila ang top 5 namin to have for the month of April to get the best returns based on dividend yield. So our honorable mention here are Metrobank and MREIT. Sorry, MREIT and Mondenisin. Okay. So that's for the stock screen, no? We update this every month. Maybe if you guys what you guys can do, we take off kasi kunwari let's say next month wala na si Globe or si AREIT, yung ginagawa namin tinatanggal namin sila tapos let's say yung bagong top 5 is Monde will be there or MREIT will be there in place of those two. We show naman what we take off and what we add. And following this, meron kami sa stock screen on makikita rin yung performance niya from the uh first day of stock screen which is like 2 years ago to now on the performance of the portfolio. And bias ako among the three, no? For me, ito yung favorite ko and actually this is the top performing uh, among the three, no? Yeah, pero it depends rin on ano yung gusto nyo i-invest, dividends ba or unloved ba, mga ganyan. So, it's up to you naman. It's just us for us to guide you guys. No? Okay, so no going into recently produced I think relatively new lang siya actually. Wala pa siya sa pili niya name. So, nasa other reports siya. I'll show you guys later how to access it. This is the dividend dashboard. So, the dividend dashboard is similar siya sa yield seeker, pero iba siya. How is it different? We don't pick na the top 5. Ang ginagawa namin, pinapakita namin lahat ng stocks in the PSE, in the Philippines. Ano yung mga best yield based on their dividends na talaga mismo. And we separate it into 3 groups. So, what we like, what we're watching, high yield, higher payout risk. Okay? So, we update this every Monday of the week. So, once a week siya. So, I'll dive into the three later in detail. Okay? So, moving on. So, here siya. Here, you can see bago lang siya kasi other reports pa lang siya. Wala pa siya sarili ni name. It's relatively new. Pero, we see good traction no sa mga tao. They like this report kasi it shows talaga all the yields of the company, ano yung mataas, ano yung may note pa siya on ano yung natanggal, ano yung lumipat sa what we're watching, minsan lumilipat sa what we like or bumabalik sa what we're watching. That's how it is with the notes, no. So here it first is the what we like. So, with what we like, ang basis niya to be part of what we like is, first, kailangan yung yield niya, let's say, full year 26, di ba? It has to be above the Philippine one-year bond yield. So, let's say, I think Philippine one-year bond yield, this is based on this April 24. I think that was like nasa 5.1 something around that area. So you can see lahat siya above 5.1. That's how it gets included in what we like, no? So minsan makikita niyo mamaya yung sinasabi ni Tara na there's some with double digit. Why is it not part with what we like? Here kasi in what we like, we also have this filter called this dividend sustainability. So in here, the dividend sustainability, we see na parang anong ang sustainable? Siyempre, we really like the sustainability and kailangan yung balance sheet niya is very healthy. We see na hindi siya mag-cut ng dividends anytime soon kasi siyempre kung masama yung balance sheet mo, mas mataas yung debt mo, may chance hindi matutuloy yung dividends, 'di ba? So, that's something na we look at and of course earnings performance, outlook also ano sa tinitingnan namin sa earnings. And this one highly nakakalimutan is the liquidity of the company. So, yeah, liquidity is how much yung gumagalaw sa market within the day. So how easy it is to invest or how easy to do to take off your money. Parang gano'n. Okay. So next slide. So now is what we're watching naman. So for what we're watching, this is all good companies pa rin. You can see the sustainability is still good across the board, 'di ba? Pero this is all below the one-year bond yield. So, this one, nilagay namin sa what we're watching is because the yield is still interesting, di ba? Mataas pa rin siya. Baka kung gusto niyo yung company, it's something that you can look at. Pero, for us, if you're really looking at dividends, why not just go to the what we like? Or, kung ganyan lang kasi, pwede ka mag-invest na lang sa one-year bond yield, panalo ka pa, di ba? Parang ganun. That's why, it's what we're watching lang, di ba? Something to look at. And then I think I saw a question a while ago, no? What is the what day usually yung you get for the divisor to get your yield? So to get your yield is really to get, let's say I want to buy Emrit or I want to buy Ayala, something like that. You get the average price of the amount you bought, and then that is the divisor. And then if you divide that, that is your total yield. It's the average. Kasi sometimes you won't get it all the same price, parang gano'n, 'di ba? So, ang sinasabi namin here, let's say Union Bank is at 24.8. At that price, ito yung yield niya. So that's how it works. And I saw also a question a while ago, no, earlier. How come, bakit minsan pagkatapos na exit bumabagsak yung price? Kasi some people, they just after the dividends. Tapos, hindi naman sila after the company or what. They just want, alam ko, I'm the dividends to. For example, is Metrobank and AREIT. Recently, last month, they nag-announce sila dividends. Di ba? Mataas na magbigay ng dividends. Metrobank at 73, skyrocketed to 78. Pagkatapos ng dividends, bumagsak lang 72. Ganun lang siya. 'Di ba? So, sometimes you really see that they're just after the dividends, they're not after the company. So, that's if you're asking why bumabagsak, that's why also. Okay, now going to the next ito yung oops. Wait, I'm not sure. Okay, dito na lang. Okay. So the high yield, higher payout. So, ito yung sinasabi ni Ms. Tara na some are double digits. It's like CLI, Cebu Landmaster, OGP. So, yes, they pay out high. But Cebu Landmaster is really, debt level is actually pretty high. So, how can they sustain this? Syempre, unlikely because they have to pay their debt. 'Di ba? They can't just keep rolling it. And also, their liquidity is thin. Marami siya. Thin liquidity means hindi sila masyado natitrade. Though people, you can't just come in or you can't just come out easily. Tapos yung risk of cut nila sometimes is pretty high. 'Di ba? So may chance mawala lang yung dividends totally and yeah. So that's mainly the dividend dashboard here. I think more or less I'm done with the presentation for my side. If you have any questions, no, I'll pass it on to Tara na lang, and then you guys can send the question in the chat box or just type it in. We're happy to serve as much questions, no, as possible, no. Yeah. So thank you again, and have a great day.
Thank you, Shane. So, Shane will be joining us through our live Q&A later. So, before we approach that, I'm just gonna share a couple things on behalf of First Metro Securities and also some recap as well. Now, we have actually talked medyo madami for the whole session, no? We have actually round up the dividends. We also have the dividend capture strategy. We also have identified undervalued stocks. At the same time, Shane was able to share, no, yung dividend dashboard and also one of my favorites, yung ating ang stock screen for the yield seeker and also yung mga unlove as well, no, to make more informed and also guided investment decisions. So at the end of the day, investing is not about guessing, no, it's about using the right tools and also information to make smarter choices. No? So also to help you build a balanced portfolio. So again, aside from the stocks, you can also use the platform to invest in different investment vehicles. So we have mutual funds, we have UITFs, you also have the popular ones, the REITs, no, real estate investment trust. We also have the government bonds and also corporate bonds. At the same time, if you do have colleagues or someone you know who is interested to open an account with us, again, it's relatively easy, no? So no need to go to our offices. But for our offices, we have our headquarters in Makati. We also have for Visayas in Cebu, and also for Mindanao is here in Davao. Okay, so again, for this one, very easy lang. They can open an account through the website, that's www.firstmetrosec.com.ph, and also through our platform, to our mobile app, no, First Metrosec Go mobile app that is available na po sa ating Android and also Apple Store, no. At the same time, konting favor from us for faster processing of your account opening application, please do use po the seminar code April 30 so that we know that you came from this webinar. Okay. Now, for those who are interested to invite us as your speakers for your engagement for your companies or your, for example, school activities or organization, please do send us an invite. You can scan the QR code or for this one, or even take a screenshot for future reference. No? So again, we do this as part of our mission. At the same time, we do this for free and also to increase the financial literacy here in the Philippines. No. And also, before we have the live Q&A, there will be a magandang session to you guys is for the gift, no? This is Guided Investor Fearless Trader. That is, we have sessions for June, but I believe right now you can register. Our chat moderator or Zoom moderator will share the registration link or more details about this one. I believe this is the first time that we've been promoting the June sessions for the gift, no? So, hindi pa siya napopromote actually publicly, but this is for the first one promotions for our gift, for our best attendees, no? So, again, yung gift natin These are whole day, no? 2 day siya na full na mga sessions. This is conducted by Sir Aaron Sai, our market education consultant, no? He is very good actually. At the same time, yung session na to is very advanced for those na gusto nila i-level up yung kanilang training na mga skills as well. Alright, so again, this is the schedule for the gift. But if you want to check out more information, probably will release a more full detailed promotion for this one via our Facebook and also Viber na communities. At the same time, First Metro Securities is also regulated by a number of regulatory bodies. We also have SEC, PSC, and also BSP. And also, by the way, for those who do have concerns with their accounts and may mga gustong inquiries regarding some about their platform. For example, the account, no, kindly email us at customer service at firstmetrosec.com.ph. So ayan, our chat moderator was able to share yung ating registration for the gift, no? This is a very advanced na mga session for you guys, no? All right. Okay, so this is the part for our Q&A. So I believe I have seen some questions na already. We still have siguro we still can take naman, I believe siguro 5 questions before we wrap up. Okay? So we'll start off with the Q&A button and then we'll move from the chat box. Okay. So for the first one, we have from Sir Paulo, wherein my First Metrosec website is the list of companies and their dividend yields. Actually, this is under the stats po. So, I don't know if you have seen kanina na yung na-share ko. You can able to see yung dividend yields and also other metrics gaya ng, for example, PB ratio. Ayan. So, for Shane, actually, this is from Sven Pacho. May chance po ba na, for example, tumaas or mag-increase yung price ng mga undervalued stocks?
Yes, actually, umakyat yung price, stock price, you mean stock price ba? If you mean stock price, yes, of course. If usually kasi when it's undervalued, no, which is why we like undervalued stocks, is kasi it has higher upside. So in stock price, yes, usually it does go up.
Okay, so another one. I think kanina may mga questions tayo from the chat box. I'm gonna check it for now. Okay, so I believe this is connected doon sa research report regarding the dividend dashboard, Shane. So from Liza, bakit po may mga kasamang companies sa list even nakalagay na weak yung kanyang balance sheet strength?
So usually nasa high risk, high payout yan eh. Kasi nilalagay namin siya diyan kasi some people no with the mataas yung risk appetite na mahilig talaga sila sa dividends. Parang yung si CLI, si Cebulan Master, 'di ba? 14% yung dividends niya. Imagine 14%. Saan ka makakuha ng 14%, 'di ba? Kung makuha mo 'yun in a year, 'di ba? Pwede ka na mag-retire, 'di ba? Pero siyempre, matutuloy ba siya? Yun yung question. That's why namin ina-add dun kasi some clients, some people really like the high returns. Although we just flag it there na may chance na hindi matuloy yung dividends, 'di ba? Hindi siya consistent. Yeah.
Okay, so another question from Raymond, is there a backtesting of recommended stocks on the Yield Seeker dashboard?
Sorry pa ulit, Miss Tara.
Is there a backtesting of recommended stocks on the Yield Seeker dashboard?
Yes. So what we do is yun nga, the three steps. Yes, tinetest siya. Within us, we've integrated that with also with the system the sources that we get, no. And then with all of our filters, that's when we choose the top five that usually yung nakikita nyo doon and our honorable mentions that fail to enter. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Okay, for the next question, how to access a dividend report from the website. So actually, you just have to click the research, and then once you see, I believe I can share naman here. Siguro, back lang natin ang konti. Yeah, this one. So once you open your account, you just have to click yung research, and then from that, you're able to click again yung First Metro Securities, and then you have access to Trader's Playbook. We also have yung stock screen na na-mention ni Shane kanina. We also have yung dividend dashboard na wala pa siyang actually place, no? But it's actually available here sa other reports. No? So you can also see here other reports na company report, technical analysis. We also have a weekly report, no? So hopefully you get to use these reports because these are ina-update naman din with our research team, no? So and so hopefully I was able to answer your question. Okay. Maybe we'll try to answer one more before we wrap up. Okay. So for our next sessions, no, there are actually similar sessions that we have, especially for dividends. Dividends naman that are available recorded sa ating YouTube channel. No? So may mga dividend investing tayo. We also have other sessions there na for other investor. So we have another one. Maybe Shane can also answer this one. This is from PN. May we know what is your prediction in the Philippine market based on the current issue, especially in our government?
Okay, so yeah, with what's happening now, no, with the Middle East crisis, mainly talaga ang kalaban natin diyan is inflation. So just to overview lang, no, syempre US and Iran is may war in the Middle East. They stopped the Strait of Hormuz, which they give fertilizer, LPG, and oil. That's like 20% of the world's fertilizer, also oil, if not mistaken. Yes, and LPG. So, yan yung mga prices natin aakyat, 'di ba? Na-feel natin ngayon sa langis, umakyat yung langis. Pero sa totoo lang, start pa lang 'yan. Ang takot natin diyan is umakyat eventually umakyat yung interest rates natin. Sa totoo, in the interest rates, that's very sensitive to the dividends. Why? Kasi the interest rates now is 4.25 naging 4.5. If umaakyat yung interest rates, it medyo offsets, 'di ba, the dividends, 'di ba? If you notice, umaakyat din yung bond yield. Parang nag-offset siya sa dividends. So that's something we need to look at. And syempre, pag umakyat yung inflation, 'di ba? The problem there is uh yung margins ng mga companies natin, like for example, Jollibee, mamahal na yung Chicken Joy natin, di ba? Yung favorite natin Chicken Joy, mamahal. Mahirapan, mas konti gagastos. Mahal yung langis, mahal to lahat. Siyempre, unahin natin yung mga kailangan natin, di ba? Para mabuhay. So, yan yung problema, hihina yung economy natin, which already mahina na, 'di ba? So, that is something na in this right now, we're not in a good state due to weak economy and weak consumer spending. So, where we are right now, it's very nice that we can be defensive. Defensive being pwede tayo mag-dividends, tsaka we just wait for, opportunities to come. Siyempre, if nag-open up yan, my advice is, it's gonna be a good time to invest. You just have to really stay vigilant and stay attentive to the news and everything. Once that opens, uh, the market will pick up. Although don't expect better earnings in the next few months, but slowly, that's gonna be the start, no? But right now it's a good place to be, just to stay defensive with the dividends, as what we talked about earlier. Uh, as long as the rates do not keep going higher, it's something to at least we can stay defensive, no, with the dividends. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Shane. That would be the last question. I believe if ever we do have some questions na hindi naman na-answer, please do send us your inquiries siguro, and then we'll try to answer them offline. And also to our attendees, no, we also value your feedback. Small favor na lang po with us. You can share your thoughts and also experiences with us by scanning the QR code and also answering our feedback form. At the same time, our chat moderator will also provide the link para mas easier for you guys. At the same time, your input is essential in helping us improve our services and better meet your needs. At the same time, we appreciate your contribution and look forward to implementing positive changes based on your valued feedback. While you are answering the feedback survey, may we request siguro some parting words from our other speaker, Shane? Kano yung last siguro na maybe parting words that you can give to our attendees?
Yeah. So, parting words is maybe, uh, it's very nice to start investing early. I really believe na itong in everything that's happening, we learn from it. Tapos we start the dividends and everything, it starts to compound now. Pag nag-compound tayo ngayon, compound is parang tuloy-tuloy kumikita. What you earn now, let's say in the dividends, it will grow. You put it in, reinvest it, it will grow faster kasi the capital is higher. So as we do that, really mag-grow yung capital natin until eventually when we retire one day, meron tayong funds na nakaupo lang tayo, kumikita for us. So I think that's something na hopefully na for everyone, no. That's just from me. Yeah. Thank you, no.
Right, so thank you, Shane. We received from appreciation na from the chats, and also thank you very much to the participants who also stayed here. No, this time we are actually 10 minutes past our allotted time, and with that, magtatapos na po ang ating webinar. Once again, on behalf of our first Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who attended and also joined us for tonight's session. It is truly a session well spent for you guys. We sincerely hope na marami po tayo natutunan for this session and also insights from our speakers and also us from Els. And at the same time, these lessons na ito ang maging gabay ninyo. Kapag if you want a investment na mas secure and at the same time mas profitable and mas enjoyable sa inyong financial journey. And also, at the same time, this is InvestEd with First Metro Security. Learn today, invest with confidence tomorrow. We'll see you at the next stop of the journey next month naman po. And this has been your Tara and also your speaker, your Tara, your host. No, at the same time, our other speaker who joined me today, we have Shane from our research team. We also have Tim, who is our chat moderator. No, thank you so much for attending for tonight's session. So maraming salamat po, and for those na uuwi, ingat po, and also happy dinner for those na hindi pa nakakain. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po.